Sir, we got to know that you met in Mumbai, you had opportunity to meet with Mr. Mithun Chakrabarti and there's one very famous Bollywood producer, director, Mr. Boni Kapoor also. So these are people, I think they already know about Uzbekistan and India relationship, but how was your experience, sir, when you met Mr. Mithun Chakrabarti in Mumbai? Sir?
Yeah, I mean, as I told you, they all know Uzbekistan very well. They visited it numerous times. They had a artistic, performance with Uzbek artists. So I think Uzbekistan occupies a very important place in their career. And I also know quite well Madame Hema Malini. She also was starring in that movie, Ali Baba El Chalachar. So there is a very strong historical cultural bond between our countries. And I think we should only capitalize on that, and we should make more of those movies. We should make more of those joint productions. And it can promote both of the countries, When Uzbek young people, youngsters, they're watching something about India, they naturally would like to come and visit your country. And vice versa, when Indians will be seeing some movies shot in Uzbekistan, seeing natural beauties, and beautiful landscapes of Uzbekistan, I think they would be tempted to come and explore the country. So I think we should do more of that, and we are trying to.
Okay, thank you so much for your honest view, sir. We got to know. I think we need your presence in India to promote India and Uzbekistan relationship in a new level. So on 21st June, we have International Day of Yoga, and we got to know that around annually 8,000 people participate in the International Yoga Day. As you also have a big respect towards yoga, sir. So could you please elaborate about the Yoga Day that you celebrate in Uzbekistan?
It truly became an international day of yoga, and Uzbekistan is definitely a country which celebrates it in a big way. I think your embassy is doing a great job in terms of promoting Indian culture, yoga, Ayurveda, and all of that. And we have very good and strong contacts with our Indian counterparts, and yoga being one of the most ancient health practices and philosophies and the way of living, I think it's very important to study this heritage that you have inherited from your ancestors. And in Uzbekistan, yoga is very popular. We have multiple facilities where yoga is being taught, and people get trained there. And on a political level also, we try to involve more and more people. Generally, sports in Uzbekistan are very big, as you know. We are trying to popularize all sorts of sports, but yoga being the most, it's a good combination of philosophy, spiritual practices, and physical activity. And I think it gains popularity by day in the whole world.
Thank you so much for your insights about yoga, sir. You are fluent in many languages, as you worked in different countries prior coming to India. So you speak Russian, you speak English, you speak French language, and of course you know Uzbek. How do you think it is useful in your career, sir?
Well, you're flattering me saying that I'm fluent in all of those languages, but yeah, I do speak a bit of French, maybe English, a bit of Mandarin, but learning language is always a huge experience, because you learn a whole new culture. You learn not only the means of communication, but the whole historical background, cultural background, the whole DNA of the nation is envisaged or reflected in the language. So obviously, learning a language is like exploring a totally new world. And I always admired people who are speaking multiple languages, and I tried my best to learn as many languages as I could. I cannot say that I'm fluent in many languages, but I can get by in many of those languages that you have mentioned. And it's very helpful in our job. In diplomacy, when you speak in native language, if I address a French audience in French, of course, they would be more inclined to listen, more inclined to comprehend what you're saying. And on a personal level, I think it's also very helpful to open many doors. So most of the diplomats, of course, they try to learn as many languages as deeply and as thoroughly as they could. So I'm not an exclusion. I tried to learn some languages, and when I was in China, Chinese language is also a very beautiful language, which I have tried to learn, and French, English, and some other languages, local languages that we speak. So yeah, language learning is very important.
Thank you so much for your views. I think people who are watching this podcast, they must be inspired through your journey, because sir, at a very young age you achieved a lot of success and you have a lot of experience, as you met the French President Mr. Macron also in France. So you have got a very good experience. I hope this podcast will make a way for the Indian audience and the audience all over the world to learn from the experience of your journey. Sir, Uzbekistan is very famous for its gastronomy, and whenever we go in any part of the world, we have that gastronomy evolves. Like in Japan, we have Uzbek restaurant. In London also, we have Uzbek restaurants. So we would like to know, what are the famous gastronomy of Uzbekistan, sir?
There are several pillars which our tourism industry is resting upon, and definitely one of those pillars is our gastronomy. Uzbek cuisine is very, very vibrant, very rich, and very colorful. We have, and very healthy also. We have so many varieties of different kinds of meals, and like in India, each region has its own specialty.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and when you travel across Uzbekistan, you see the whole variety and the whole map of different kind of cuisines, and I can assure you that all of them are equally tasteful and vibrant, and we are world known for having such a rich cuisine, which is actually being influenced by many cultures present in Uzbekistan. We are a country with multiple nationalities, and some of them are living in Uzbekistan for millennia. And of course, they are bringing their own culture, they are bringing their own cuisine, their language, and everything. So it's like a melting pot of different cuisines, cultures, languages, and we take pride in that. And I think that makes it so distinctive. And you can find anything according to your taste. You can find vegetarian, you can find hardcore non-vegetarian.
Okay, sir.
You can find kosher, you can find halal, everything is there, and we try to respond to all the culinary tastes of people. And if you go to Uzbekistan, the hospitality industry is very developed, not only in the country, but as you rightly mentioned, across the globe. We have multiple of cultural center, multiple of restaurants where people can enjoy Uzbek food. I'll give you one example. Like in New York, recently, the most popular supermarket is called Tashkent.
Oh, wonderful, sir.
And hundreds and thousands of New Yorkers go to that supermarket buying Uzbek food and enjoying. And it's also a kind of a soft skill, soft diplomacy, I would say, to promote your culture, country as a whole. And we try to replicate that. And you name the country, everywhere you will have an Uzbek restaurant or Uzbek, small cuisine or cafe or something. So people like our cuisine.
Thank you so much, sir.